Kenwood USA is a worldwide provider of radio communications products and systems to public safety, government, and commercial users, as well as radio equipment, all sorts of cool stuff. Of course, mobile electronics, you also certainly have to think of Kenwood in general. Their Senior Vice President is Keith Lehmann. Keith, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you?
I'm doing great, Dave. Thanks so much for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure to have you. There's lots to talk about. This whole mobile industry and the not only aftermarket and just what's available in your vehicles. There's so much to cover. The 12-volt business, as those of you in it are referring to on a regular basis. What is the latest in mobile electronics from Kenwood?
Oh, boy. Well, where do we start? One of the nicest things that we just came up with, Dave, is an in-car advanced navigation system with guidance by Garmin. A lot of people have heard of Garmin. That's the leader in mobile navigation. Well, we have an alliance with Garmin, so we've got Garmin navigation embedded in an in-dash DVD receiver. So it's all embedded in there, touchscreen controlled, guidance by Garmin. It's a cool alliance, and I really think that the future of our industry really is reliant upon alliances such as this.
Yeah.
You know, we can't do it all ourselves. Kenwood is very good at mobile entertainment, audio, video, connectivity. But navigation, now this is really a software argument we're talking about here. Why not partner up with the industry's top company like Garmin and put that together in one product for the benefit of our consumers? I think that's a real winner right there.
Oh, sure, and especially as cool as you guys make it look as well. It's not just your average navigation system.
No.
The way it ties in so nice with the rest of the system is really cool.
Well, anybody that has had a portable navigation device, or as we call them PNDs, sitting on the dashboard. It's a beautiful piece. It works, but it's kind of a compromise. And let's be honest here. It sits on the dashboard. It's subject to theft. It gets in your line of sight, and you have to take a little 12-volt cable and plug it into the cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
Why not have something that's fully integrated? But it doesn't just stop there. You have your navigation piece on a bigger screen with programmable POIs and such, but now you can also connect things to it, like your iPod, or pair up your Bluetooth-enabled phone with it, or add HD radio or satellite radio or anything else for that matter. I think that's really where the industry's going.
And you mentioned, of course, connecting the iPod or other MP3 player. How easy do you make that happen?
It's as easy as taking the cable that came with your iPod and plugging it right into the unit. I mean, seriously, it's that easy. And it's fast.
Yeah.
All the controls are replicated on the touchscreen, or in the case of the in-dash CD receivers we have, there are usually multifunction buttons where you can scroll through and operate the iPod. In fact, you can take that iPod, throw it into the glove box. It will not only charge the iPod, but it will take over all those controls. You can just leave it in the glove box. It's anti-theft. And you have all the benefits of that iPod, all your music the way you want it. And
a whole lot easier than to control it without distraction, because I think when we talk about mobile electronics of any kind, we've got to be fair and to our audience especially, and talk about not being distracted by your mobile electronics. You still have to drive safely. That's the most important thing. Now that we've accomplished that, now let's enjoy the drive better.
Absolutely. And people listening to this show ought to realize how far you travel at highway speed when you take your eyes off the road for even 1 second. Let's say if you're going 60 miles an hour. That's about 90 feet. That's the distance between home plate and first base on a baseball diamond. Those of you that have ever played baseball before.
And a lot can happen in that distance.
Yeah, without you watching. So remember that every time you take your eyes off the road for any reason, whether it's to grab those French fries or to look up something in a little phone book or such, it's a real danger. And that's something we encourage people to keep their eyes on the road, both hands 10 and 2, just like that.
Yeah.
Use hands-free equipment wherever possible, particularly with your handheld cell phone. I mean, that's the law in 5 states now, as you know. So you're going to get a ticket for that if they catch you.
That's true. So Bluetooth connectivity is another example, though, of how you can do this hands-free kinds of thing, whether it be for entertainment purposes or your cell phone or whatever. Take advantage of these technologies we have available. Very affordable these days with some great products, obviously, such as what you provide at Kenwood. HD radio, another example. What are you guys doing with that?
Oh. Well, HD radio is exciting in that it's not just all about the sound quality, and this is where people have to do a little bit of research here. HD radio, yeah, it does make FM sound like CD quality music and AM sound almost like FM, but it does more than that. There's a function in there called multicasting. Now, remember, this is digital, so you can manipulate the data stream in many different ways. You could be listening to your standard broadcast HD radio signal, but realize there are also other bands, side bands, or multicasted bands, up to 4 of them. So you can actually, perhaps if the station's broadcasting this, let's say it's a country music festival, but maybe on HD2 or HD3 or HD4 there's commercial-free content. but it's HD free. It's HD specific content. And I think that that's what's really going to launch this whole technology.
Oh, sure. Our technical director, Chris, favorite thing is our local country station in South Florida that he always has on in his truck. More importantly, he always has on one of the multicast channels, which is Outlaw Country. and he escapes from reality as he's driving by listening to that HD channel for Outlaw Country, commercial-free yet. So he just has a blast with it. But that's how you can take advantage of some of these new technologies.
Well, there's one more thing, Dave, and that's data services. So like live traffic or movie times or gas prices, those are the kind of things that could be broadcast over HD2, HD3, HD4 with, when it's enabled properly by the broadcaster.
What else, Keith, can we expect from Kenwood as we drive into tomorrow?
Well, I think wireless is going to be on everybody's mind. It's top of mind with us. We're looking at WiMAX technology and see how that implicates in-car signal retention. We're looking at a number of things. As I say, wireless is really important to us. Simplifying graphic user interface for video. A lot of other new technologies. We were looking at the format wars, looking at high definition, the HD DVD versus Blu-ray. Not really an argument for us because our screens are kind of small. But all that kind of stuff is very exciting stuff. You're going to see some real innovation from Kenwood.
Terrific. Well, KenwoodUSA.com for more. And Keith Lehmann, I think I said Lehmann earlier on, but Lehmann?
It's fine. That's fine, David.
I guess as long as I say Kenwood, that's the important thing, right?
You got it.
So visit Kenwood USA and see what Keith Lehmann and his team are up to, Senior Vice President with Kenwood. Thanks very much for joining us. And let's make sure we stay in touch. There's so much more to cover.
You betcha.
All righty. We're back with more from the CEA Washington Forum. I'm Dave Graveline. This is Into Tomorrow on the Advanced Media Network.